Hello everyone and welcome back to Python with PictoBlox series. In the previous video, we explored the debugger feature and understood the working of it. Popular games like Pygame and Candy Crush uses multiple code files simultaneously, enhancing user interactivity and appeal. In this video, we are going to learn about sprite movements and how to control multiple sprites while making a fun catch the fruit game. Before moving ahead, let's take a look at the while loop a little closely. A while loop in Python repeatedly executes a block of code as long as a specified condition remains true. It stops when the condition becomes false. In this example, the while loop will run as long as the count is less than or equal to 5. It starts with the count at 1 and prints the value of the count in each iteration. The loop continues until the count reaches 6, at which it exits and loop is done is printed on the terminal. With that out of the way, let's start programming a game. Let's start by setting up the game environment. As we know, we need backgrounds and characters to enhance our game. So let's add a monkey and apple sprite and resize them from the sprite control center. Now, our game environment is ready. Click on the monkey sprite and let's start the code. First, we need to check a few conditions using the if conditional statement. If the left arrow is pressed, then we want to change the sprite's x position by -2 using the isKeyPressed function. In the same way, we want to check if the right arrow key is pressed, then change the sprite's x position by 2. At the end, if the monkey is touching the apple sprite, then it will play a chomping sound until done. Let's click on the run button to check the working of the monkey sprite. Now, let's move to the apple sprite. We will create a clone of the sprite and make the cloned apple fall. We will first hide the main sprite using the sprite.hide function. Then, we will make a function and name it fall. Under the fall function, we will create a clone of the sprite using the sprite.createClone function. Then, make it appear on the stage using a sprite.show function. Now, we will import a random class for randInt function to make the cloned apple sprite choose a random x position from -200 to +200 and store it in a variable named as no. Then, we want the cloned apple to choose a random x position to fall down using the sprite goToXY function with two parameters, no and 150, where 150 is the starting y position. Our function code is completed. Let's call the function once and then move to the while loop part. Create a while loop with a true condition to make it run until we stop the execution of the code. We want the cloned apple sprite to fall down. For that, we will use the change y function. Then, using the if condition to check if the cloned apple sprite is touching the monkey sprite. We want it to hide it and then call the fall function again for another apple. With that, using elif to check whether the apple's y coordinate is -180 using the sprite y equality operators -180. Then make the sprite hide and call the fall function again for another apple. This concludes our activity. Let's run the code by clicking on the Run All button and test it out. Please note, the Run button will only execute the selected file and the Run All will execute all the project's files together. Now, you can have fun time catching the falling apples. As wise Toby says, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now, let me give an activity to try out yourself. You have to make Beatle in the maze game by controlling Beatle's movement with the help of navigation keys and conditional statements. Well, that was a brief about Sprite movements and how to operate multiple sprites together. In the next video, we are going to learn how to use extensions like ChatGPT and face detection. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like and share this video. And if you haven't, do subscribe to our channel. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.